Hi, boys and girls. Welcome. Welcome to the prayer fort again. We're so glad to have you this evening. It's a cold, chilly evening out, but it's nice because it's December, so it should be chilly. Let's see. So while we were having Thanksgiving, remember we talked about the last time we were together, we talked about doing something for Christmas for the prayer fort. So let me just show you. Otis brought a friend. His name is Sebastian, and Sebastian is going to be with us during the Christmas holidays. And we'll talk about him a little bit later on, and maybe next week we'll talk about Sebastian, but we also have some other changes that are kind of cool. It's my favorite. We have a Christmas tree inside the fort. Do you have your Christmas tree up yet? I got to put mine up at home. I don't have it here, but I love it. It's so nice and sparkly and all the different color lights. It makes me feel so excited and happy inside. Let's see what else. I think that's all for right now, but we're going to keep adding something each week, so you want to make sure you stay with us. Let's see who's with us tonight. Let me start by saying hello to Jacob and Brooks. They're watching with us. And Judah and Josiah are with us. Guys, welcome. We're glad you're here. Noah and Andrew and Emma and Philip are again with us tonight. Thanks, guys. We're so excited that you've tuned in with us. Let's see. Brandon is watching. Hi, Brandon. And Elijah and Alea and Marcus and James and Audrey and Oliver. Hi, guys. And Lyric and Scarlett and their little brother Beckett. And let's see, it looks like other people are tuning in too, but we're going to stop our hellos for right now, and we're going to take a minute to check our mailbox. So let's see what we have. Let me set my computer over here. And let's get our mailbox up here. I wonder, it looks like I have a package. Ah, look at this. Merry Christmas from Jack. Jack the postman sent us a package. Let's see what's in there. Let's put the mailbox back down. Lower it back. Okay. And let's look in the bag and let's see what he sent us. Let's open it. Oh. Put our bag here. Let's put it over here. Wrapped in paper. Look, boys and girls, it's a beautiful ornament. And it looks like Mr. Jack may have made this ornament. Absolutely beautiful. Looks like he made it out of some craft sticks and some buttons. It looks like he has a little string on the top here for us to hang it. Yeah. Well, you know what? I would like to show you how to make an ornament from some things that you might have at home. What you're going to need some craft sticks or some popsicle sticks. I know it's kind of cold for eating popsicles, but still they're delicious. So you could just go to the store, Mom could get some popsicles or Dad, and you'll need some sticks. You'll also need some school glue, just plain old Elmer's school glue. And I brought a few other little things to kind of what I call embellish or fancy the card, this ornament up with. So we're going to do that. Let's see. Let's put some other little things here. And then I have some string. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our craft sticks and we're going to take a dot of glue and put it right in the middle of that first stick, like that. And we're gonna do a X, like the letter X. Can you see? All right, now, you're gonna wanna do this on a surface that you can leave it sit for a while because it takes glue a little bit of time to dry. We're gonna take the next craft stick and we're gonna put another dot of glue right in the middle, like so. And then we're going to put this one like this. And boys and girls, you're going to have to be a little bit careful not to put too much glue because this glue gets a little bit runny. And the more you have, the longer it will take for it to dry. We're going to take our last one and put it this way. Do you see now how we kind of have like a snowflake? All right. Now, whatever you have that you want on there, you could actually color on the tips with markers to make something pretty. You could run a bead of glue down and sprinkle some glitter. I didn't bring my glitter, but I did bring some bead string, and I have my scissors here, and I'm going to cut a strip of beads like this, and I'm going to put just a little bit of glue down like that, right there. And I'm going to lay the string of beads in it, like that. My strip wants to roll off so that the glue, there. Pretty. Now I think for each of the ends of the sticks, I'm going to put, I have a cute little orange button. Those are fun to decorate with. I'll put one here, like that. I'll put another one here, so that they match. Let's see how many buttons I have so far. Can you help me count? I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 buttons. I have 1 strand of pearls, and I used 3 sticks. You can do anything else you would like with them, but what I'm going to do now is I have a little ornament of felt. It's a little owl, and I'm going to put him on the top of this. So let's just put a little more glue right here. And now let's scoot this down and let's put this on the top like that. And I found this cute little hand button, and I'm going to put it right there. I'm going to close up my glue. Put it right there. What do you think, boys and girls? Do you like it? It's going to be a nice ornament. Now I'm not going to handle it just yet because it needs to dry. But I did have a couple others that I didn't get quite as fancy with that I already made. This is what I just used, plain yarn for this one. Have a little snowflake in the middle. This one, I put a little strand of my pearl string on that to make that nice and pretty. And there we have it. Beautiful ornaments, boys and girls. And you can make them from home and hang them on your tree, and they will be absolutely beautiful. And you know what? It reminded me of something in my story. I have a great story for you tonight. And the story is about Christmas. And it has a Christmas tree, shows a Christmas tree that has ornaments on it, and talks about giving gifts and so forth. So the name of my story is The Berenstain Bears, The Joy of Christmas. And it is written by Jan and Mike Berenstain. And what I'd like for you to do now is just take a few minutes and sit and enjoy the story with me. Are you ready? Let's open the door. The Joy of Giving by Jan and Mike Berenstain. It was the week before Christmas, and all over Bear Country, everyone was busy getting ready for the big day. There were Christmas shopping, and Christmas decorating, and Christmas everything. Down at the chapel in the woods, the cubs of Bear Country were busy getting ready for the Christmas Eve play. It was the story of the first Christmas, and brother and sister had an important role. They were to be the camel of the 3 wise bears. Sister was the front end of the camel, and brother brought up the rear. They thought it was the best costume ever. Mrs. Ursula, their Sunday school teacher, was directing. "All right, wise bears," she called. "Enter. Stage right." The 3 wise bears came on stage. They carried gifts and wore long robes, crowns, and fake beards. They followed the Christmas star made of foil-covered cardboard that hung above the stage. The first wise bear was played by Sammy Bruno, who had a loose front tooth that made him a little hard to understand. "A thar! A thar!" he cried. "I see a thar!" Mrs. Ursula sighed. "Okay, Camel," she called. "You're on." Sister and brother followed the 3 wise bears. But it was hard to see out of the costume, and Sister accidentally knocked over a palm tree. The 3 wise bears tripped, going down in a tangle. "Oh dear, said Mrs. Ursula. "Will we ever be ready?" "Sorry, Mrs. Ursula," said Sister, poking her head out. "It's hard to see in there." "I'll make the peepholes bigger," said Mrs. Ursula. "That's enough for today, cubs. It's time to go home." The cubs took off their costumes and went into the chilly evening air. "Brrr," shivered Sister. "It's beginning to feel a lot like Christmas." "Yeah," agreed brother. "And looking that way, too." Well, the whole neighborhood was decorated for Christmas. Sister and brother walked home in the soft glow of many colored lights. The next day, the Bear family went shopping. It was time for brother and sister to pick out a few special gifts. This year, they had 2 crisp $10 bills from Grizzly Gramps and Gran to spend on others. Of course, brother and sister hoped that they would have some money left over for themselves. Sister was saving for a brand new Barbie doll, and brother wanted a special rubber band-powered model airplane. Papa and Honey helped brother do his shopping while mother went with sister. Brother picked out a Barbie doll outfit that he found on sale for sister, and sister bought a small airplane model for brother. Each cost just a few dollars. Mama and Papa thought maybe each cub should have spent more on one another. "What about the joy of giving?" whispered Mama to Papa. "It seems brother and sister only care about the joys of getting." "True," agreed Papa. "But let's not interfere. They'll learn about the joys of giving themselves." Well, over the next few days, Christmas excitement in Bear Country grew and grew. Brother and sister could hardly wait. They were going to be a camel and get lots of presents, too. Play rehearsal went well. Sister could see better out of the bigger peepholes, and everyone knew their lines. But it was still a little hard to understand Sammy Bruno. When Christmas Eve finally arrived, practically everyone in Bear Country jammed in the chapel in the woods to see the cubs perform. A hush fell as the curtain opened, and the play began. First, the angel Gabriel came to Mary, telling her that she would give birth to Jesus. Then Joseph and Mary journeyed to Bethlehem, where the innkeeper gave them shelter in a stable. There, Mary gave birth to a tiny baby who was laid in a manger. An angel of the Lord appeared to the shepherds, sharing the good news of Jesus' birth, so they could go and worship the newborn king. Finally, the 3 wise bears and their faithful camel trooped on stage. The foil-covered Christmas star hung high above the stable, sparkling in the spotlight. "A star! A star! I see a star!" Sammy said clearly. His loose tooth had come out backstage. The three wise bears kneeled before Mary, Joseph, and Jesus. The shepherds and the angels joined them. Everyone bowed low before the tender baby. The three wise bears opened their treasures and gave Jesus their precious gifts. The audience grew very still, and then someone in the back began to sing softly. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child. Holy infant, so tender and mild. And the rest of the audience joined in near the end. Sleep in heavenly peace. Peeking out of the camel costume, tears came to sisters and brothers' eyes. It seemed they had never understood the joy of giving until that moment. All the gifts of all the Christmases, of all the years, went back to those first gifts given to the tiny baby long ago. The Christmas Eve play was over, and the audience cheered. Everyone felt the true spirit of Christmas had been with them that night. On Christmas morning, brother and sister led the family downstairs bright and early. But instead of heading to their own gifts, they went to their gifts for each other. "Merry Christmas," they said, holding out their presents. "From one end of the camel to another," said brother. "Thanks," laughed sister. "You're a first-rate backup." Brother and sister were delighted with their gifts and gave each other big bear hugs. Honey opened her presents and brother and sister joined in. In the back of their minds, though, they were still thinking about the money that they had left over from their shopping trip. Later that morning, the family went to the chapel in the woods for the Christmas Day service. A light snow covered the ground, and all of Bear Country glistened in the sun. On the way, sister and brother noticed a group of bears playing Christmas carols. They were collecting money for the needy in a big black pot. Brother and sister looked at each other, dug into their pockets, and dropped all of their money into the pot. Mama and Papa smiled with pride. "You know what the good book says," Mama told them. "It is more blessed to give than to receive." "We know," said brother. "We receive an awful lot, so it's time we gave some of it back." "Look," said sister, feeling in her pocket. "I still have a quarter." Honey reached for it, and sister put it in her hand. Then little Honey, holding on to Papa, toddled over to the big black pot and dropped the quarter in. The bears playing the music paused. "Merry Christmas," they said. "Merry Christmas," answered the bear family. The end. Boys and girls, what a great story about how important it is to give. You know, we're in the Christmas season, and lots of times we think about Christmas as what we're going to get. In fact, we'll even have, like, mommy or daddy will say, "What would you like for Christmas?" Lots of people say, "What do you want for Christmas?" But the real joy in Christmas is the giving. It gives you such a joyful heart. And I hope that you will try that this season. I have a scripture that I'm going to read to you. And it's found in the book of Acts, so that's in the New Testament, so it's the back part of the Bible. And it is found in the 20th chapter, chapter number 20, and it is the end of the 35th verse, or verse number 35. And it says, "It is more blessed to give than to receive," meaning it is better, or you get much more of a blessing when you give than you actually do when you receive. And it's true, boys and girls. I know how happy it makes me when I give someone a gift and they love it. It just makes me feel so good inside, and that's what the Bible tells us to do. They want us to give with a joyful heart. We're going to bow our heads, and we are going to ask Jesus to be with us during this Christmas season and help us to really understand the meaning of giving. Are you ready? Bow your heads with me. Father in heaven, thank you so much for this Christmas season. Thank you for your gift to us, which was your son, baby Jesus. It's the best gift of all, and we are so thankful for it. God, help us during this season now to be joyful givers and teach us what it means to give and feel joy from it. In your name we pray. Amen. All right, boys and girls, let's see what I need to tell you tonight. If you have a prayer request, pictures. I could use some pictures this week, so if you have some pictures, you can instant message me, Joy Hawkins. Mom or Dad can do that. We have service now this Sunday on campus, and the services are 9 and 11. So what I need you to do, because we still are required to reserve seats, I need you to get one of your parents to text the word SEATS, SEATS, to the number 94000. And that will reserve you a spot for one of our Sunday services. You can come at 9 or you can come at 11. We would love, love, love to have you. I do want to say a special thank you to our postman, Jack, for the beautiful, beautiful ornament that he sent us. And next week, I hope to have a Christmas tree here on the outside with me, and maybe we'll just put our Christmas ornament on the tree. And that will let Mr. Jack know how much we love and appreciate it. I think that's it. So turn to a family member, a friend, someone there with you, and say you are worth more than you know, capable of more than you think, and loved more than you can imagine. Boys and girls, I love you to pieces. Have another great week.